Alright guys, so we're going to add a sheet at the bottom so that we can do some calculations on present value. Now to add a sheet, you can go to this plus sign at the bottom and just click on it, and it will add another sheet. Here mine says sheet 10, yours will probably say a smaller number, but you can click and hold and drag all the way to the right side, and I'm going to rename this present value calculator. And this is going to be where I go to figure out how much things are worth today as opposed to back in the year 1930. So I'm going to create two columns. One is year, one is value. And my year I'm going to start at 1930 and go all the way to today, which is 2021. So we'll type in all the years. Just kidding, we're not going to type them all in. Here's a trick. If you type in a couple of consecutive numbers and you highlight them like I have now, I can hover my mouse over the bottom right corner and this little plus sign pops up. And that plus sign you can click, hold, and drag down, and you can see what happens. That plus sign basically told Excel to continue the pattern I started. So if I started with consecutive numbers, they'll just keep going for me. So I'll click, hold, and drag all the way until I reach 2021. Let's see how long it'll take. 2011, we're almost there. And here we go, 2021, that's today, perfect. Now, we're going back up to value, and we want to see how much something that was worth, let's say $5 back then, how much it's worth today. And that's given inflation. I'm sure you know that we have something called an inflation rate, where everything that you buy or your money is going to inflate by a small amount every year. So something that was $5 in year 1930 will be worth 2% more the next year. All right, we have an average inflation rate of 2% per year. So I want to do a few things. First, I'm going to put in $5 here, click on it, and change it to currency by clicking this dollar sign. So that'll just make it look like money. That looks a little bit better in my eyes. Now the next thing to do is to type in a formula in order to calculate what's 2% more than $5. You guys all know how to do that. You can do equal 0.02 times $5 plus $5, right? And if I click enter, I'll get 5.1. I'm going to X that for now. And if I make that looking like money, that's $5.10. Now what we want to do instead of typing in this formula and referencing $5 is we want to reference the cell. So by that I mean I can type in 2% of cell B2 plus cell B2 again. And that's going to give me the same thing. But the reason why that's useful is because, just like before, I can wait until I see this plus sign, click, hold, and drag, and Excel will continue the pattern for me. So you see how it's calculated 2% of cell B3 plus B3? So they knew that when I dragged it down, I wanted to extend the pattern down. And so now what you're seeing is every time it calculates a new one, a new value, it's taking 2% from the year before and adding it on. So really this is 2% of B11, which is 598, added on to 598. So this is our present value calculator. I'm going to do it all the way down to 2021 today, and that's going to show me how much that $5 in 1930 is worth today. And you can see, wow, $5 in 1930 is now worth $30.31 today. And the cool thing about this calculator is if you want to figure out the present value right here, this is a present value of a different original amount, you can just change the first number. Right? That's why we referenced it. Let's change it to $10. $10. Look, everything has changed because we are referencing the original cell number. So that's why we don't want to type in hard numbers. Whenever we can in these Google Sheets, we want to try to reference cells so that when we change them, they get updated. So guess how much $10 in 1930 is worth today? $60.62. All right, so you're going to create this in your own Great Depression finances sheet. You're going to have your little present value calculator, and here you can play around and see how much your food is worth today, how much your wedding cost today, right? So the wedding cost $400 back in 1930. Let's type in 400 and see how much it's worth today. Wow, $2,424.80. So I'm going to let you create this on your own. And if you want to, you can even change the inflation rate by a little bit just to see how it'll affect the present value. But in general, we want to stay with 2%. That's the average inflation rate for our country. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in class.